Alright, hey guys, this is Demon coming back for another round of Final Fantasy XIV. So, we ended the previous episode. Luckily, we have discovered that the Alamegans and little Alamigo were able to discover that the masked man was trying to get the young kids, the younger guys over there, to summon their god. But luckily, the Almajal made them fail at it, and as a result, we learned that the masked man disappeared and they have no new info, so we're here to talk with Minfilia to see if she has any new information. Welcome back, Hydaelyn. I reliably informed the investigation took you to Corino and Little Alamigo, so tell me, were you able to learn aught of Outlaw Brea? Planted the knowledge of summoning impressionable young minds, you say. Precisely the kind of deception the Ascians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by malign will. We must delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Only Tataru would say something like that. Terra at Fallgourd. While you were tending to business in Hydaelyn, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends, the Sylphs. An individual fitting Labrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. The sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up Labrea's trail once more. Meraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Hydaelyn. I'm assuming Meraxia is in to our right. They must be in storage. Actually, I don't know if it's a she or a he. Don't want to misgender them. Yeah, look, Eden and Papaline and Meraxia are both wearing masks. We're only getting along famously, I just know it. Look, Meraxia, I realize this makes no sense to you, but you must try to be more discreet. Years ago, a law was enacted in Ulda whereby... Please just trust me and stay out of sight. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well these one's words. This one is friends with Walking One and the Crown Consortium. According to a friendly one, a digging one named Medrid, had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is the most sinister, or certainly sinister one. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One. Medrid, Digging One is to be found at Fallgourd, afloat in the North Shroud. Okay. Oh, I know where that's at. Because we haven't gone there yet, I'm gonna head to New GRIDANIA and we'll run there. I'm trying my best. I want to only fly if we've been in the area before, or if it's an incredibly long distance. Otherwise, I kind of just want to run there. That way you guys can sit there and see the route to get there. So much running. There's so much running. I'm actually hoping to get... I would like to get the this chapter of Final Fantasy done, but I do not think I'm going to get to there. It'd be amazing to get this done before I left, but maybe I'll do more later today, depending on how I feel. If I feel tired after eating, then I will probably spend... How was that? Oh, okay. I don't know what the hell that noise was. I heard something behind me. I thought maybe it was a player doing an emote. But as I was saying, I'll probably not spend any time recording later. I've been doing a lot of recording for this game. I have probably just over 2 weeks of content. And I just finished editing all the remaining Hearts of Iron 4 videos for me and Quibbling playing Soviet France. And I think I'm going to upload those episodes starting this week, so... And as you guys sit there, see... the day I'm recording this is the, 20th? Tomorrow's the 21st, because that's when that update comes out, or that maintenance gets done. So, yeah, I've been quite busy. I pretty much spent, like, after I got done recording last night, not the last episode, but the episode before that, I just spent the night editing videos so they were done, so I can literally just post them every day. Or post them early if I get lazy. Please leave me be, I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. 'Tis only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Edric clear traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm enough to hold a conversation. Okay, which one's soothe? I was hoping to see that animation. You're right, it's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. Just another ordinary day. I was heading back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared to see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Anything to make sure that we don't have to suffer Medred's hysteria over again. Alright, teamwork, that's what I wanted to. Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventure. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. I would wish my character could speak in this game, that'd be amazing. It's proso to make your investigation. So here's what I know about the deaths. All victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. On the look of fun, only the scale skin known as Zhed could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths. I love their theory in this game. Just, like, go in, kill a couple animals. If they look like they have the same amount of damage that can be done to a human, then we're in the clear. It's like, yay! Kill random animals for the hope that we are actually killing the correct thing. It's like when people go out of it's like when people used to, like, whenever there were shark attacks or something, like they would have like a group go out, usually like the police or something, running around trying to see if they can find the shark that did the killing. But they usually just killed a random shark by accident without, like, looking into it at all. And most of the time that would involve you just killing a random shark who had nothing to do with the killings. And they'd be like, don't worry guys, we got it. And then, like, literally a week later, or days later, you hear, another shark attack. It's just like, I wonder why. It's like, you keep killing the wrong animal, it's not going to gain anything. And even then, we're killing 3 randoms, right? And then we report back. The 3 animals that we killed could be the ones that haven't done anything. And if it was a Ziz, it literally could be another one that we haven't seen. I don't know, it's just weird. Even then, why the hell would they only scratch out the face? It doesn't even make sense for an animal. If it's gonna eat, it's gonna eat. It's not gonna go, don't worry dog, I'm just gonna scratch your face, take a little fight there, I'll take that up a lip, and it's done. You've already seen who this is. Good work, adventurer. So you're able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are culprits. Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. So we killed 3 animals for no reason. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike zoos from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Wait a minute. So you can do either one. Something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside. There's a rumor going around. There's some whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some fragments and I'll give you a gander. Oh, and if you guys noticed, both people are going to have missions. But if you play this game for your first time and you're going through it, and it's like not in New Game Plus, you actually can do those missions and put them both together and do them at the same time. But the problem is when you're in New Game Plus, for whatever reason they decide you can only do one or the other. So it will limit your objectives a little bit more. So the way I have to do it is this mission, finish it, run back. This mission, finish it, run back. I can't just do them all at one time, which I guess can be one of my only complaints for New Game Plus. I wish they didn't have it set that way, but what are you going to do? How far back can I throw this bitch? I remember this being more of a pain in the ass when you had to deal with all the enemies. Ah, how I love being able to cheat. Sadly enough, this makes me want to play Fable, 3? No, it can't be 3. That had to be 2. Oh yeah, that's Fable 2. Yeah, because Fable 3 had a different beginning. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm thinking of Fable 2 right now. I hated that game. That was literally my least favorite Fable. For some reason, my brain's like, you know you want to play it. I really don't. I love Fable 1. Fable 1 with Lost Chapters, superb game. Story was excellent. Fighting, excellent. Everything with that game is perfect. I remember playing Fable 2 and being like, wow, this is nothing like they promised us, and you can't even play as all of your adventurers. I'm like, this is just stupid. Those folk are too scared to go with 100 yalms in the rock, Fallgourd. It has a name, but with a vengeful spirit to do a dauntless adventure like you, eh? Here's your crystals that you just warned me about. Why these are the Garlean variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the mass strander. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well. Iverol has information to share regarding your investigation. There's something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Mildred's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was a coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Mildred's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you have a mind to investigate. Alright, so I'm looking for a giant, angry eyeball. That hopefully doesn't make my character scream like a little bitch. I'm telling you, this game would be so much more fun if they... The only thing that could make this game more fun is if they actually let your character talk and stuff. Like there is the like the writing stuff, and your character supposedly is supposed to be saying it, but there's no voice acting. I was like, that's really the only thing this game could really use. It's still good nonetheless. The giant eyeball thing actually spawn in? No. Little bitch. I don't know, I guess that's just me because I play too many games with your characters always speaking. But I don't mind it either way. That's really my only complaint. As I said, Realm Reborn really isn't the strongest part of Final Fantasy XIV. It's not a bad part. There's a lot of this game available. But I don't know. Monster's Banemite appeared, and you slew it. That creature had long been a scourge upon the folk of Fallgourd. Intentional or no, you've done us great service. You have my gratitude. But this makes me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Medrin is troubled by the dearth of new developments in the murder investigation. There's been no promising lead in the murders. I scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as well as much as it does me. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banemite. But you and I are miles apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Banemite at the very spot you claimed to see that fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be. Gasp. Gods, of course, there must be more than one of the buggers. Ugh, it's so obvious, but that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. I do believe that we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. Should you discover out of know, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. I accidentally skipped what he first said. I just like the fact that these guys are, don't worry, we'll leave it to you. You're a professional. Friend and I call ourselves gold diggers. Why? Because we dream of striking it rich. Oh, shut up. As I live one day at a time, proceeds in the mornings. Sometimes I wonder which is harder to find, a vein of gold or a good man. But I swear one day I will find the mother lode. Damn. Search for a maiden's corpse west of Fallgourd. I just like the idea that they're just like, don't worry, there is a dead body out here, go find it. Ah. Aha. Oh, it says... Is with that face. That face was funny. I just like the idea of its mouth open and its eyes up. Looked like it was high as hell. Greetings, adventure. Is there aught I might assist you with? Yes, here is a ravaged corpse. Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies... Oh god. The fact that I see that white thing on the face... Makes me want to know what it looks like. No matter how many bodies they see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball, are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All were found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of. This button agrees with the Lily motive. The very same object was found upon another victim, a family sigil, or as head of an organization, perhaps. Either way, I dare to hope that this will prove pivotal in solving the murders. I don't know if that's supposed to be a mask she's supposed to be wearing, or if that's supposed to be skull she's wearing. Some of you might be saying, Demon, what's the difference? The mask would be made of wood, her skull would be made of that. As Thalmor wants to hold onto the button, I would have you hold onto the Lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. Okay, I'm sorry, but you're the authorities. I am not. And your logic is, you have proven better at it than I have. I might make a suggestion. You may wish to take the button of GRIDANIA and have it examined by Mion. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. I mean, I'm sorry, but that is just hilarious. We are the professionals, and the best part is they don't even know that you're a scion, right? Or maybe they do, I don't know. But my problem is that unless they know you're a scion, you just gave evidence to somebody who could have brought the corpse there, who might have killed the woman, and you wouldn't even know anything about it. Like, think of that logic. Put that logic inside your brains. I literally could have killed her, brought the corpse back, and went, here you go, dog. Have fun. I love this game sometimes. Good evening to you, anything but your grim expression. I expect you are here for scones and herb tea. Oh, you aren't. Why isn't this a lovely little button? This engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body. Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the Lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than the beginning of with Bernadette, over by the Anthrite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run, gotta run, gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Need tracking down the owner of a button. That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Seems to be a manner of decorative button reminiscent of those worn by families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that while it is a recurrent theme in GRIDANIan culture, alas, I do not know who makes such a personal sigil. If there is a soul in GRIDANIA who does, it would be Changuild over at Lancer's Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a full-name basis. And if I remember, yeah, it's up in the north. So it's still here in GRIDANIA, but I think it's in Old GRIDANIA, which is the market. Now I'm just going to laugh for a few seconds to use sprint. There's some names here you look at. It's like, how the hell did you come up with that? I wonder if Old GRIDANIA is actually in the original Final Fantasy. Because there's Final Fantasy XIV with this, and then there's another version. Bernadette believes I can help you. Well, this is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? I have a button. You want to look at my button? Fascinating. Work of the squad is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary GRIDANIans. Aaron's button is most certainly well to do. You may wish to search the entries ward northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late there has been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Sandal, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Because, I mean, there's the old Final Fantasy game that came out, and then there's this one. The old one sucked. I actually think I remember that. I think we had the disc for it. I think there was a disc for it you could get. Because my brother had it, and I think it was on Xbox 360. But that MMORPG sucked from what I hear. Nobody liked it. So they got rid of it and re-brought it in with this one. This one's actually really good. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. Hey, you know what this button looked like? Sigil of the Dark Concourse family. From the body of a murdered woman, her face. Is it marred in any way? I had feared as such. Sigh, I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise put an end to my lady's madness, or hear from her torment. Ooh. Skeletons in her closet. Tondo has a confession to make regarding the mysterious murders. Oh, that ain't good. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in GRIDANIA, the Danacours. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amadine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may have well been a kinder fate. Never I forget the day her bandage was removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kind woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers, and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain what she had lost, so began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque. As time went by, eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed, and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So with that, I left Hawk Manor, my home, for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amadine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever. I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you have sworn to me you would. She awaits you at Hawk Manor on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now, go and do what must be done. Wow. That's wow. So as you guys can clearly hear, what ended up happening was the lady was alive during the calamity. She suffered a horrific injury to her facial region. As an end result of suffering a horrendous injury, this went a little crazy, killed some of her handmaidens, probably more than a few, went through the entire group, probably was like, I'm done with this, dabbed away, dab, and in the end, we are now where we are at. Damn. Just a big old damn. But I think with this, I'll probably be ending this episode here, though. We're over the 30-minute marker. I'm actually enjoying the story more than I thought I would. But I think I'm going to cut the episode here. I'm kind of thinking I want to play another 30-minute round. But the problem I'm running into right now is I'm noticing the time. I've got to be in work in almost 2 hours. And if we're doing it, and the thing we're actually gonna go do is actually a dungeon. So because it's a dungeon, I don't want to actually go over there and do it. Because there's no guarantee how long I might wait. It could be a 2-minute wait, it could be a 5-minute wait, it could be 20 minutes. 20 minutes, long time to be waiting there. So, as far as I'm concerned, I might come, maybe later. Maybe I'll come back when I get done at work. I don't know. I was only planning on doing Hero's Gauntlet, but if I find there's a little bit of time, maybe I will actually play another 30-minute round of Final Fantasy. If not, tomorrow I won't have any time to do this. I literally won't. I will not have a day off until Monday? Monday. I think Monday. Yeah. Because tomorrow I work all morning. I might get out early depending on how the schedule works. But I work 5, I think, to 9 in the evening. Thursday, I work a morning shift, not till like 10:45, so it's pretty much like today, but half an hour earlier, so it still works out in the end. So I might have a little bit of time to do maybe another hour's worth of Final Fantasy Thursday. Friday, I know I work 6 to 12. It's a morning shift, very early shift. What I could probably do that day is when I get done at 12, probably come home. Probably going to want a snack, get something to drink, and then I might record for like 1 or 2 hours. So, yeah, guys, that's it. So, with that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. When we come back, ladies and gents, we will run into the Hawk, I think he said Hawk Manor, and see what this crazy lady is doing and why she is basically killing all these people and who gave her these ideas. So, I will see you guys next time. Thanks.